Greetings citizens of the world, we are Anonymous. Today we are going to talk about 8 traits of the Disinformationalist. 1. Avoidance. They never actually discuss issues head-on or provide constructive input, generally avoiding citation of references or credentials. Rather, they merely imply this, that, and the other. Virtually everything about their presentation implies their authority and expert knowledge in the matter without any further justification for credibility. 2. Selectivity. They tend to pick and choose opponents carefully, either applying the hit-and-run approach against mere commentators supportive of opponents, or focusing heavier attacks on key opponents who are known to directly address issues. Should a commentator become argumentative with any success, the focus will shift to include the commentator as well. 3. Coincidental. They tend to surface suddenly and somewhat coincidentally with a new controversial topic with no clear prior record of participation in general discussions in the particular public arena involved. They likewise tend to vanish once the topic is no longer of general concern. They were likely directed or elected to be there for a reason, and vanish with the reason. 4. Teamwork. They tend to operate in self-congratulatory and complimentary packs or teams. Of course, this can happen naturally in any public forum, but there will likely be an ongoing pattern of frequent exchanges of this sort where professionals are involved. Sometimes one of the players will infiltrate the opponent camp to become a source for strawman or other tactics designed to dilute opponent presentation strength. 5. Anti-conspiratorial. They almost always have disdain for conspiracy theorists, and, usually, for those who in any way believe JFK was not killed by LHO. Ask yourself why. If they hold such disdain for conspiracy theorists, do they focus on defending a single topic discussed in a bench focusing on conspiracies? One might think they would either be trying to make fools of everyone on every topic, or simply ignore the group they hold in such disdain. Or one might more rightly conclude they have an ulterior motive for their actions in going out of their way to focus as they do. 6. Artificial emotions. An odd kind of artificial emotionalism and an unusually thick-skinned inability to persevere and persist even in the face of overwhelming criticism and unacceptance. This likely stems from intelligence community training that, no matter how condemning the evidence, deny everything, and never become emotionally involved or reactive. The net result for a disinfo artist is that emotions can seem artificial. Most people, if responding in anger, for instance, will express their animosity throughout the rebuttal, but disinfo types usually have trouble maintaining the image, and are hot and cold with respect to pretended emotions, and they're usually more calm or unemotional communication style. It's just a job, and they often seem unable to act the role and character as well in a communications medium as they might be able in a real face-to-face conversation/confrontation. You might have outright rage and indignation one moment, ho-hum the next, and more anger later. An emotional yo-yo. With respect to being thick-skinned, no amount of criticism will deter them from doing their job, and they will generally continue their old disinfo patterns without any adjustments to criticisms of how obvious it is that they play that game, where a more rational individual who truly cares what others think might seek to improve their communication style, substance, and so forth, or simply give up. 7. Inconsistent. There is also a tendency to make mistakes which betray their true self/motives. This may stem from not really knowing their topic, or it may be somewhat Freudian, so to speak, in that perhaps they really root for the side of truth deep within. I have noted that often, they will simply cite contradictory information which neutralizes itself and the author. For instance, one such player claimed to be a Navy pilot, but blamed his poor communicating skills, spelling, grammar, incoherent style, on having only a grade school education. I'm not aware of too many Navy pilots who don't have a college degree. Another claimed no knowledge of a particular topic/situation but later claimed first-hand knowledge of it. 8. Time constant. Recently discovered, with respect to news groups, is the response time factor. There are 3 ways this can be seen to work. especially when the government or other empowered player is involved in a cover-up operation. A. Any NG posting by a targeted proponent for truth can result in an immediate response. The government and other empowered players can afford to pay people to sit there and watch for an opportunity to do some damage. Since disinfo in a NG only works if the reader sees it, fast response is called for, or the visitor may be swayed towards truth. B. When dealing in more direct ways with the disinformationalist, such as email, delay is called for. There will usually be a minimum of a 48 to 72 hour delay. This allows a sit-down team discussion on response strategy for best effect, and even enough time to get permission, or instruction from a formal chain of command. C. In the NG example 1, above, it will often also be seen that bigger guns are drawn and fired after the same 48 to 72 hours delay. The team approach in play. This is especially true when the targeted truth seeker or their comments are considered more important with respect to potential to reveal truth. Thus, a serious truth seeker will be attacked twice for the same sin. We are anonymous. We are legion. United as one. Divided by none. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.